Lisa,
Yes, baby girl.
when I grow up, I want to be a WOMENACE to society.
Then so shall you be. Hey, this is Lisa Landry. Welcome back to WOMENACE to Society. I'm so excited today. I'm speaking with Troy Williams from Equality, Utah.
Yay!
And he's actually in LA right now, enjoying palm trees,
Well, yeah,
margaritas.
I'm in LA Live looking over the Staples Center right now. Apparently there's a Lakers game. I think it's hockey or something. I'm not sure, but I think it's a big deal tonight.
Well, then you picked a good time to be there. Are you from Utah?
I'm from Oregon, actually. I'm from this little hippie town called Eugene.
I've been there. It's
You've
great.
been there, yeah. I know. It's known for like hippies, the Grateful Dead, lesbians, and track stars. And so I moved to like the opposite.
Are they
which
running?
is Utah.
Are they running from the hippies and the lesbians?
Exactly, yeah. But they're too stoned to get really very far. So yeah, I did like the Mormon Mission. You've probably seen the musical. I was like one of those cute gay missionaries in the shirt and tie.
Where did
and
they
the
send you?
shoes.
Where'd they send you?
Yeah, I didn't go anywhere exotic like Uganda, but I went to England and Wales actually, and had my tap shoes, and it was great.
Wait now. Okay, so were you on a bicycle?
Yeah, I did the bicycle for a while, and I would stand in the streets. I'd go door to door and knock on people's, ring their doorbells, and the whole thing. I did the whole Mormon mission experience for 2 years.
Oh, wow.
And I abstained. I abstained from music and television and movies and sexual inappropriate behavior.
I would imagine you have to relieve, you know.
It's against the rules. You don't do that.
Oh, that's why the bicycling?
Yes, you just bike a lot and you pray a lot. You pray and you bike a lot. And you resist. You resist the urges.
Okay. That's got to be very hard.
At your sexual peak at 19 years old, they send you to live with a guy for 2 years.
And they don't expect y'all to turn?
Yeah. I mean, what were they expecting?
Bicycling?
Exactly. Just preaching the word. So I did that for 2 years, and then I thought, well, I need to be with my people because your worldview is it was a little bit skewed, and then you come home and I'm living in this wicked town of Eugene, so I need to move to Provo, which is where Brigham Young University is.
Yeah.
And because it was the exact mirror opposite of Eugene, and so I went to Brigham Young University for 1 semester, and I figured that things weren't working out. Things were not working out. But then I fell in love with Utah and stayed.
Utah's beautiful. Utah is really
It's
super
stunning.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
I mean, my gosh,
Yeah, exactly.
And you do have some very good gay bars in Salt Lake City.
Been to our gay bars?
Oh, yes.
Oh, awesome. Have you performed in Salt Lake City then?
Yeah, a while back. It's been a few years. But
It's time to return.
I don't know. Will I combust upon re-entry?
No, you're going to love it. Salt Lake City, I'm going to go out on a limb here, and your listeners are not going to believe me when I say this. Salt Lake City is one of the most progressive, liberal cities in America.
Isn't that wild how you really have to fight back, so you fight hard?
Yeah, it creates this really wonderful counterculture, and it's always been the case. So
Yeah.
in Utah, there's the omnipresence of the Mormon Church and the Republican Party. But in the capital city, in Salt Lake City, there's always been this counterculture. So in the 80s, the punk scene was huge. You all saw the movies SLC Punk. And then in the 90s, it was the straight edge culture. And then in the aughts and onward, that the queers have kind of taken over the city. Truly, we have.
You know what's weird? You're like a counterculture inside a counterculture. Because the whole Mormonness is very counterculture.
Yeah, historically, you bet.
So you're like a Nautilus of
Yep, exactly. I mean, so Salt Lake City proper, we have a lesbian mayor, and we have 3 out gay city council members. 3 out of 7 city council members are gay, openly gay.
Wow.
So I know, we're taking over the town.
One manicure at a time. So
Exactly.
So, okay, that's blowing my mind. I didn't know the demographic had shifted. So, is that one of the reasons why the Mormon church is suddenly more accepting of LGBT
Yeah.
lifestyle? Is it
Well,
money? Is it community?
it's complex, Lisa. It's a really complex relationship that we have with the Mormon Church. And I think the reason, though, for whatever reason, the Mormon Heavenly Father just keeps sending gay and transgender babies into Mormon households. I think to teach them a lesson, just to kind of love
Oh,
more.
it's their
Well,
cross to bear.
yeah, there's so many of us. We're like, and then Mormons have large families, so the opportunity to actually have a queer kid is a little bit more so than the average.
Yeah,
But
statistically, if
but
you pop out nine
yeah,
babies, yeah.
right. So there's just a lot of us who grew up Mormon who are queer, and I think that internally within the church has been a struggle because as members have come forward and said, "Hey, my son's gay or my daughter's transgender, and I love them." This crazy radical idea that we've always been taught, to love one another as Jesus loves. I
I'm a
love my
huge
gay
fan.
kid.
Yeah, I like that. That's a good thing to do.
It's a great radical idea to actually love each other.
To accept
Um,
each other.
yeah. And so it's been a really interesting thing because I wouldn't say that the LDS Church is pro-gay by any stretch of a mile, but the LDS Church was one of the principal funders and organizers of California's Proposition 8. Millions of dollars flowed from Utah to California to help pass that initiative. And after that happened in Utah, we were kind of horrified because the old saying is, "As goes California, so goes the nation." And if
Mhm.
this liberal state were to turn against the LGBT community, what does that mean? What does that portend for the rest of the nation? So we began organizing pretty aggressively in Utah after Prop 8 passed, and we did protests around the temple, and I did kiss-ins on the temple property. We brought a bunch of LGBT activists, and we just started making out in the shadow of the temple. And
As
we
if
did a
that
lot
was a
of,
political statement, huh?
yeah, and you do it, with love, right? And what happened with all that organizing and activism, the LDS Church did something, to their credit, that was rather unprecedented, and that they actually reached out to leaders in the LGBT community and said, let's begin to talk. Let's have a conversation. And that's something that we haven't seen in other super conservative faiths. And in 2010, the Salt Lake City Council passed the state's first non-discrimination ordinance to include gay and transgender Utahns. And the church actually came forward and endorsed it. This is just 2 years after Proposition 8 is passed.
Right. And I would like to,
Yeah.
I'd like to remind people too, a lot of the reasons, in my opinion, because I was living in California at that time, I think that the way that the ballot initiative was drawn up, one would think they're voting for progress and being positive by saying yes, but the way the ballot initiative was set up, if you wanted marriage equality, you were supposed to vote no.
Right,
So it was
yeah.
a mind fuck. You know what I mean?
Slightly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the Mormon Church kind of funded the whole operation.
Exactly. And there was a
Yeah,
backlash in California against the Mormon church for that very reason, because people in the know realized that's who gave the money.
exactly.
But for them to turn right around and say, wait a minute, I respect that.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know?
and so we really started focusing on what we had in common. And so we recognized, hey, we don't agree on same-sex marriage, but we do agree that a person shouldn't be fired from their job or evicted
Right.
from their home because of their sexual orientation or gender identity.
Right.
And so we began to focus on that. And that ultimately, we went from city to city, municipality to municipality, and we passed these non-discrimination ordinances all across the state. And at the same time, we were working on passing a statewide measure through the legislature. Now, you got to keep in mind, the Utah Legislature is a Republican Mormon supermajority. So 85% of our lawmakers are Republican, and 90% of our lawmakers belong to the LDS Church. So
Yeah, y'all have
yeah.
Utah on lock. The Mormons have Utah on lock.
They
You can't
do,
get
except for
like,
Salt Lake City.
yeah,
Except for Salt Lake City.
yeah. Like I know people who live there who can't get promoted in their jobs because they're not Mormon. Their
Right.
spouses will get promoted. Their children will be promoted because one of the parents is Mormon, but they themselves don't get a fair shake in their opinions.
Yeah.
So it's going to be hard for you.
Very, depending on what part of the state you live in, that's true. Yeah, we were very tribal in our approach to things.
Yeah.
And it's very in-group, out-group. But we've been able to sort of recognize that, this isn't an us versus them. There's only us.
Right.
LGBT people are born into every strata of society. We're born into every religion, every social class, every political party, every ethnicity. We are everywhere. You can't escape us. So when we begin to sort of break down and help each other see ourselves in each other, we're able to really make progress. And we were able to pass a statewide non-discrimination law in 2015 through this Republican Mormon supermajority in the legislature. And it's the first time in the nation's history where a pro-LGBT law was passed through a Republican-controlled legislature. It hasn't happened before. It hasn't happened since. And the whole reason why it did is because we decided that we were going to sit down with the people who were our quote-unquote adversaries and find out what we had in common.
Isn't that beautiful? I mean, that's peace on earth, isn't it? That's what Jesus' whole message is, right?
Yeah. And, we didn't say, hey, you got to change your religion or you got to change your faith or your beliefs. But, hey, America, the promise of America is big enough for all of us, right? Yeah. And it's not to say that the LDS Church all of a sudden flipped and it was like suddenly pro-gay. That's not the case at all. But we are in dialogue and we are working through some really difficult issues together.
That's beautiful. Thanks for what you're doing.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good life.
It's fantastic. And I would encourage anybody listening, please check out this website. It's amazing. Equality Utah. All kinds of fantastic, quirky things about Utah. And it's appropriate because your fish is the rainbow trout. It's like you're asking for queers. It's in your water.
Exactly.
You have the Rainbow Bridge.
That's Asgard. That's you're thinking about Thor at that point. We do have a rainbow trout. I mean, Utah is pretty gay. I mean, I've got to say, there's a reason why the Book of Mormon musical works so well. Tap dancing missionaries, it just kind of blends. When you grow up Mormon, Mormons love musical theater. Mormons love parades, and Mormons have these big pageants that they do. And I'm like, we have so much in common, the gays and the Mormons. Let's stop fighting.
Yeah.
So true.
Yeah, y'all could even go to cycling class together.
Exactly.
The possibilities are endless. Just the makeup thing. The makeup thing might throw a bitch, but
We'll work on them. We'll work with them. Don't worry. We'll get those missionaries in heels at any time now.
You are freaking awesome.
I try.
No,
I get paid to be.
You're freaking awesome. I really do love your site. I love what you're doing, and I just love your vibration as a human over the phone. So thank you.
Thank you, Lisa. I'm feeling your vibe too. I'm into it.
Yeah.
I watched y'all on YouTube, and I was thinking, okay, I'm down with Lisa. I'm in with her. Let's do it.
This is one of us. But yeah, you're just rad, man. I really hope next time in Salt Lake City, let's go grab a beer.
We are doing it. And you can get drunk in Salt Lake City. You have to work a little bit harder at it.
Yes, I've experienced this, sir.
But it is possible. It is possible.
Well, it's the can-doism of the West.
I know. So it is not. We're not quite the Taliban. We're not quite even the Republic of Gilead. All right. We do allow girls to go to school.
Yes.
But after they graduate, we make sure that they never make more money than a guy, and that's how we maintain social order.
But that's all the rest of the nation, too, even the progressive straight boys.
That's true.
Yeah,
I hate
to burst the bubble, but, patriarchy is.
We're dismantling it. It's kind of like doing it itself, though, which is nice.
Isn't it beautiful? I'm just going to take out my broom and give it a good sweep.
Exactly. We're on our way.
Yes. I wish you all the best. Enjoy California. I hope you get some big sun.
Absolutely. Thanks so much. And I want to plug Love Loud. This is a big, huge thing coming up. We've been working with Dan Reynolds and Imagine Dragons, and last summer we put on this big, giant rock concert with Imagine Dragons and Neon Trees, and it was to raise awareness of LGBT youth suicide, and we did it in the most conservative part of Utah. And there's a great documentary coming out called Believer, and it's going to be on HBO this June. And then we're doing Love Loud 2 in July with Zed and Neon Trees and other great bands, and we're super excited to sort of raise awareness on this issue.
That's amazing.
It's going to be cool.
Oh my God, it's going to be totally rad, whatever it takes.
Yeah, that exactly. That's my theme song.
I
all
love
year
that.
long.
I love Imagine Dragons. I love that song. That song is a thing of beauty.
And I just gotta say, Dan Reynolds his heart is just bursting from his chest. He's one of the most loving guys, and I went with him a few months ago to the Trevor Project's gala, and there's all these big celebrities there, and so his little handler came up to him and said, "Okay, Dan, we have a table for you to sit with all the celebrities." And he's like, "No, I'm sitting here with these guys from Utah. I'm going to hang out with my friends here." And he's just got the biggest heart, and the work that he's doing right now on LGBT youth is just phenomenal. So I'm just loving hard on Imagine Dragons right now.
Yeah, you can feel it in their music. I'm glad to hear that from you, because that's the way I always interpreted what they create.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come to the concert July 28th in Salt Lake City. It's going to be huge. Love Loud too. So we'd
All
love to
right.
have you there.
Well, y'all pass legal, and I'll be right there.
We're on our way, and it's not going to happen until you get here and be a missionary. You have to be a missionary to the Mormons and help us change some things.
All right, I'll be on the low riding bike.
Love it. All right.
Thanks, y'all, for listening. Please come back to next WOMENACE Wednesday. You can find me on my website, lisalandry.com, and if you sign up for my newsletter, you will receive a free audio download. Shout out, Ari. I love you, little boo-boo.